shit, my light's very faint.
Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka in the cave, and we're having a special treat for you guys today. First of all, I want to say, Izzy, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm drinking a little H2O. I'm not drinking anything, special, unfortunately.
Oh, yes. You're probably getting over St. Patty's. I'm just going to have me a little Modelo in my Captain America. Last year, raised a toast to post St. Patty's. To your words. Anyway, folks, thanks for liking, subscribing, and tuning in. We try to keep you abreast of everything and all things happening in the world of Hollywood and beyond. Today, we bring you a quick recap review of the Disney Plus animation, Raya and the Last Dragon. Take it away.
It came out approximately a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. So just about. So we've been we had this on the back burner, and we were definitely going to review it. And it's one of those early access movies for Disney Plus, like Mulan previously last year, in which the movie came out on Disney Plus at the same time it dropped in theaters. Now, this movie obviously was pre-planned to be out in the theater and to be an actually pretty big film for Disney, and appreciative that it was available on Disney Plus for a whopping $29.99. But we're not gonna get into that because there's many layers to that. So whether or not but that being said, the movie was directed by Don Hall, Carlos Lopez Estrada, and two more, Paul Briggs and John Ripa. Now, obviously, we don't get into animated films as much, so there's so many directors and this and that. But the screenplay is credited to Gui Guen and Adele Lim, and stars Raya, played by Kelly Marie Tran from Star Wars. Aquafina plays Sisu. And, we can go on and on with the rest of the characters. Gemma Chan, Namari, Daniel Day Kim plays Benja, and a host of others. So
let's just touch on that real quick. Yes. It is a whopping $30.
It is a whopping $30. So
you could share it, you could watch it, you could have a watch party. I know Netflix is cracking down on shared passwords and accounts, but damn, long are the days at $19.99, and I thought that was expensive.
But look, and I'm not trying to give any trade secrets here, but on Disney Plus, you can do up to, I think, 5 accounts on one account, 5 logins on one account. So theoretically, I may be mistaken, maybe it's 3. It's at least 3, maybe even more than that. So if you have 3 people who can watch it, hey, you could split it in threes, and it's not that bad. That being said, if you watch it in the theater, the movie would cost you $15 at least, and the popcorn and the jujubes and the raisinets and
probably run you around $200.
So $30 is it seems a bit steep, but all in all, it's not that bad.
All right. Let's get to the meat of the action here.
All right. It's basically based on a rum called Kumandra, which is like a reimagined Earth. All right. And in the ancient civilization, you had dragons. And each dragon, they had, elemental powers. And a big war happens in which this evil force, which I feel bad, I forgot to forget, Drew or something, it was like something. It was something. Yeah, well, it's something basically that turns everyone to stone. So the dragons united to fight off this evil force. And when they fought off the evil force, what ended up happening, they were being taken over. So the dragons did one last ditch attempt and they each gave up their life force and their powers into an energy ball, which they combined into one and gave it to the not the least powerful dragon, but I guess the most like in the best part possible the fuck up of all of them. And she, in essence, defeated the evil force. But by doing that, all the other dragons gave themselves up to save civilization. So Sisu was the heroine, the hero in this battle, and she, after she destroyed the evil force, she kind of went to hiding. Now, the actual energy, the life force of all the dragons was then left, and then there's 5 different, I guess, lands which were separated, and they were called. Each was called a different part of the dragon. One was called Talon, one's called Fang, one's called I think Spine.
Fine.
Yeah, and the main, land where Raya is from actually held the life, the energy, the mystic, the
That
dragon energy.
glowing spherical ball.
Exactly. So, and that's well basically the beginning of the movie in a nutshell. Now, Raka, go on with that.
So by and large, it's it's magic, and there are many subplots here. There's coming of age, there's passing on the torch, there's responsibility, there's revenge, there's anger, there's different senses of justice, there's loneliness. I gotta say, Disney in this movie, a lot of people have mentioned break out of their shell or try something new. No, I think they reverted back to kind of their old ways in a pretty original script. And not so much that there's a dragon in fire. I think it's an original script in the sense that it's a very layered movie with fantastic over-the-top animation and sequences. It almost looks like live action pairing with animation. But they don't do it over the top. And in past movies, they go a little over dramatic with these scenes. It moves and flows rather well.
Yeah, no, this movie was, and this is not to demean animated films, but this movie, if you take it and you could have seen this live action, and it would have worked in the same way. And the movie was that well made, and the sequences weren't just made for animation.
For example, I'm a fan of Moana. I thought it was a very well made movie, extremely good score. Not because The Rock is in there. It was funny, entertaining. It still was very
Disney.
childish.
Yeah.
It was very simplistic, though. It was pretty much 1 or 2 layers. This had elements of seriousness,
Yeah.
Moral decisions, anger, real live issues. Because they were kids and they grow up. The 2 protagonists and antagonists, the 2 main characters, they grew up in this.
Raya and Namari. Yeah, I mean, just watching the trailer or just watching the quick glimpse of the commercial, I expected them to be young the whole movie, and I was like, whoa! It kind of threw me off in a good way that that the protagonist and antagonist, they grew up. And by the way, spoilers abound in this, so just if you're here ready, just stick around because we're gonna spoil the shit out of this. So. And yeah, man, I mean, the animation was superb. It looked like, in the best way possible, a video game that just blew up on screen.
The fight scenes were out of control. The knife work, the sword play, cataclysmic events happening. It really had a wow factor, which just blow you away spectacular. So I can see that being a super big draw had COVID not happened in a theater.
I think so.
Because this is unlike other movies where you really, 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 really appreciate it on a big screen, as opposed to, it's not bad. I mean, it's awesome on your home TV, but on the big screen, this is fantastic.
I mean, some of us don't have the huge setup that really, would really show off a movie of this magnitude, of the showcase, the sound, and just the colors of well, not I remember now, the drone, the evil force, the drone. I mean, just the colors and the way they take over and transform. It's pretty impressive, man. And the dragons when they fly around, everything is just cool. Very, very, very impressive.
I like the choice of Aquafina because she has a very distinct voice,
She does.
and it sounds like they allowed her to interject a little bit of her personality.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of let her go. Kind of reminded me in a way. Let's not get crazy, no hate mail here on how they let Eddie Murphy,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
which
I'm going to compare
again,
Eddie Murphy to Eddie Murphy, but I mean, but hey, it was you know. Now the
yeah,
Juice,
yeah, total tangent. But live action Mulan was a total disappointment.
you can shameless plug. Check out my review of Mulan. You know, in
No
our
shameless thing about it.
on our playlist somewhere. So now, quick little bit of did you know that the land of Kumandra was inspired by the Southeast Asian countries of Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, Laos, and the Philippines.
Well, because I'm from that part of the region of the world, my kids were asking me when we're watching a movie, "Where's the setting?" Just because of the architecture and some of the landscapes, I pegged it out immediately. I said, "Oh, this has got to be Southeast Asia." It seems like a combination of a little bit of Indian, Buddhist, Southeast Asian culture. Again, architecture, building style, farmland, everything. It had that look. Now I know, no secrets here. I know like movies want to expand into different horizons, and they also don't want to be generalizations. So you can see in the cast and the way the characters are portrayed. There's a diversity here, even though it's that part of the world. It spans both from the Indian subcontinent all the way to Southeast Asia, and they incorporate a lot of good things. You can't possibly not assume that to be the place, even though they don't outright say it. But it is a good thing that I guess Disney's making their world tour. Moana in Polynesia, Mulan in China. There's going to be some other projects they have, again, touching on different cultures, different parts of the world. But as you mentioned before, it's a reimagined Earth. So think of it as another dimension or maybe even another time. There isn't a musket or a gun here. So we don't know whether this swords, you don't know whether
Yeah.
this is
Seems like it's more set in a not
PC.
another world, but a different variation of Earth, a magical fantasy
And
base.
that's what it's all about. It's the magic of the dragons, magic dragons. And I guess what you do with it. The biggest part at the end was she um, was given that the dragon was given this awesome responsibility because they could trust her. And
Exactly.
it all revolved and came full circle to a matter of trust.
Yeah, because the whole thing. Oh, she has a stupid power that she's a great swimmer and the whole thing but like you said, the whole premise was the fact that her brothers and sisters trusted her that she would get it done, and that's the theme throughout the movie, that she is almost too trusting because several times her trust almost gets them into trouble because the whole thing they have to go. All right, the dad, Raya's dad, let's get down to it. Raya's dad wants to bring back the whole land and have all the splintered pieces of the world come together and and be one solid Kumandra. So he invites them all to dinner, and obviously one, has a one of the places has ulterior motives, and they want to steal the the magic, the dragon magic. So shit goes down, and it breaks. The ball breaks and gets splintered, and one piece goes to every spot, and that's how you have Raya and her partners in crime have to go from place to place to find the pieces and bring them all back together. But now, one little controversy in the movie, which I was going to ask you, how do you feel about it? That while the story was inspired by Southeast Asian culture, much of the cast were of East Asian descent. Did it bother you at all?
I don't want to get too finicky with this. I understand diversity is more of a priority, and rightfully so. And also, there's a movement of cultural appropriation. But I think you get into some gray areas when you ask a particular actor and actress to fake an accent, or because then it could be construed as, "Are you mocking me?"
No, of course.
So I don't think that was the case here, where there weren't accents really.
No,
I understand
that was the beauty.
it's a
That's why it made it better that it was a not real place. So
right.
you can't really say, "Oh," but no.
Well, hence that's why they never come out and say it's Southeast Asia, because then they'll say, well, where's actors more representative of the time and place. So that's a good business move there. But I don't think me personally, I'm not completely offended because they didn't go that way. Had they went that way, had they redone the Jungle Book and took an entire Australian crew, actors and actresses to play the parts, I would have issues. Like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? So I don't think it's too much of a major issue. And again, they didn't come out and say this is present day Bangladesh. This is not.
No.
So I get that, even though everything points towards that. If anything, I give them the credit to cast as more of a representative cast, closer to most of the idealized setting and characters than not.
The majority of the cast, if not 99% of the cast was what I guess how they would say close enough. It wasn't like they hired a bunch of
Canadians
to portray. But all right. Bottom line, what'd you think?
Bottom line, in the grand perspective of animation, it's one of the better ones out there in recent memory, all around, as far as an overall score. There's obviously other animations that can wow you with spectacular explosions and graphics and whatever. I don't think that's this kind of movie, but this does a superb enough job. So there's that. But the writing, the overall directing and overall composite piece is blow you away fantastic. I could give it the top 5 dragons.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend this to everybody, anybody, and of every age group.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, babysitting 5-year-olds. Say, "Oh, watch this for 2 hours." You can watch with it and you enjoy your stuff.
Yeah. I have to. I tend to agree with you that I'm not, even though I love comics and cartoons and animation, I'm not that keen on family films or whatever. And I thought this was great. I really enjoyed it, and it hit all the right points. And when it wanted you to be mad, I was mad. And when I want you to be happy, I was happy. And when I want you to be sad, I was sad. And it was Hey, one of the best movies seen all year. Bar none. It was, yeah. If I said five dragons, 5 Sisus.
Five Sisus, perfect. Listen, enjoy the movie. Go check it out. I understand the $30. If you can get together with some people and join forces, go for it. You want to wait it out until the price drops. Absolutely put it on your to watch list. It is a pretty darn good movie in this age where some of us or most of us are still locked at home.
Yep.
Enjoy it. Disney is coming out with more stuff. The timestamp to this episode is right before the midnight where Marvel comes out on Disney Plus with their
Winter Soldier and the Falcon. So get ready for that review. And we're also in the midst of watching and editing our Zack Snyder Justice League review as well. So, lots of stuff.
you in your home on multiple fronts. Raya and the Last Dragon. Go ahead, check it out. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and our listeners in France, Germany, and all over the world. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank Data Dudes Nation and the universe and everybody involved. Like Rocka said, thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Take care, guys.
Say